Okay, so you've absolutely nailed building those Tamiya RC cars, right? That feeling of perfect parts clicking together. Well, today we're taking that skill set, that meticulous approach, and pointing it somewhere new. This deep dive is all about making the leap for you Tamiya builders into scale RC boat kits. It's a fascinating world.
It really is. And the big shift, it isn't just scale or subject matter, it's fundamental. You're moving from, let's say, predictable assembly on your workbench
Hmm.
to this dynamic interaction with water.
Hmm.
And that means new materials, totally different construction thinking.
Right. So it's less about assembling perfect injection molded parts
Yeah.
and more about becoming a craftsman, working with things like wood.
Precisely. You stop being purely an assembler executing a perfect plan. You start being a constructor. You're dealing with wood, maybe fiberglass materials that have variability.
Okay, let's break that down. Tamiya is famous for clear instructions, perfect fit. That's the standard we know. How different is it with, say, a traditional wooden boat kit?
Oh, it's night and day, really. Forget the step-by-step photos sometimes. You might get blueprints, plans.
Mm-hmm.
You have to interpret them. And if you go for plank on frame, which is classic wooden boat building,
That's building the whole plank by plank.
exactly.
Yeah.
You build the skeleton, the keel, the bowl heads, and then you have to take individual strips of wood,
Mm-hmm.
measure them, taper them, sometimes steam them or soak them just to bend them around the whole curves without snapping.
Wow. Okay, so that variability you mentioned, it's not like a slightly warped Tamiya part you can maybe finesse.
Not at all. Wood is variable. Parts might need serious sanding, trimming, careful adjustment to fit correctly. The perfection isn't in the box. It's something you create with your hands and your skill. It's quite rewarding, actually.
Definitely sounds like a shift in mindset. So for the Tamiya builder who loves the build itself, we're obviously skipping the ready-to-run performance brands like ProBoat or Traxxas. What kit manufacturer kind of bridges that gap, offers that Tamiya-like precision, but for boats?
Yeah, good question. The closest I'd say is probably Aeronaut from Germany. Their kits, like the classic sports boat, they use really high-quality laser-cut wood parts, very precise. And they often have this clever interlocking design. Sometimes the deck even acts as a jig during construction.
Ah, okay. So that minimizes errors, keeps things true. Sounds familiar.
It does. It aligns really well with that Tamiya focus on, successful assembly through smart engineering.
Gotcha. Now, if Aeronaut is the top tier for precision, what about an easier first step, something less intimidating than full plank on frame?
For that, I'd look at Crick, also German. Kits like their Lisa M motor yacht are fantastic entry points. They often give you a preformed ABS plastic hull, a single piece.
Oh, so that skips the hardest part, the planking entirely.
Pretty much. It lets you focus all your initial effort on the wooden parts. You can see the deck, the superstructure. It's a great way to build confidence with wood.
Okay, structure built. Now the wet part, waterproofing. This is new territory for car guys.
Yeah.
Is there a quick fix, or do we need to embrace the epoxy?
For a wooden hull, especially planked, you really need to embrace the epoxy for long-term peace of mind. Slow curing epoxy resin coated on the inside of the hull. Ideally, you'd lay in a layer of lightweight fiberglass cloth too, basically creating a waterproof tub inside the wood.
Makes sense. And protecting the radio gear, the speed control, water always finds a way in, right?
Always assume it will. So, yes, protection is mandatory. You can use mechanical barriers like a dedicated sealed radio box or even, a balloon stretched over the receiver in a pinch, or chemical barriers. Conformal coating, basically like a specialized varnish for circuit boards. Clear nail polish works too, painted right on the electronics.
Right, seal it up. Okay, last big thing, ballast. These models float way too high without extra weight.
Yep, they're just too light. That's where the bathtub test comes in. Crucial step. You float the finished boat and add weight lead shot, fishing weights, something dense until it sits perfectly level, right at its designed waterline, the DWL.
And placement matters, I assume.
Absolutely critical. Get that weight as low down in the hull as physically possible. Just like in RC cars, lowering the center of gravity makes it stable, stops it from being tippy or easily capsized.
So the transition, it definitely demands patience, a new appreciation for hands-on crafting. But it sounds like the core Tamiya skills, precision, following a plan, attention to detail are totally transferable.
They really are. And the payoff. Seeing a model you truly crafted, cutting a realistic wake on the water, it's something else.
So the final thought for you listening. You're moving beyond just assembling perfect parts. You'll be mastering the quirks of wood, the dynamics of water. Which challenge intrigues you more as you step into this craftsman role, wrestling with the natural material or taming the fluid medium? Something to think about.